Hi everyone, it's me again, Brando, Truth Assassin. This is a kind of a rare occasion. You guys are gonna actually see what I look like now. You know what I mean? So I'm here to talk about a very important topic that a lot of you may think it's a hoax. A lot of you may think it doesn't exist. We're here to talk about CHS, cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. So I've actually had it for the last 5 days. So forgive me if my voice is a little bit raspy. I've been puking nonstop. So let's do a little brief history here. So I'm in my early 30s right now. I've been consuming and smoking marijuana for about 15 years or so. A lot of that was daily use, morning, nighttime, stuff like that. But there's been periods within the 15 years that I've taken off 3 months here, 6 months there, even a year to reset the receptors in the brain, right? So because once you start smoking a lot, you don't get high anymore, right? So I've been a stoner mainly my whole life. It's Mary Jane is one of my best friends. She's a tool. She's medicine. She's a teacher. She's a very powerful entheogenic element, and I don't want to give her up for the rest of my life. But I heard with this syndrome, I may not be able to smoke marijuana ever for the rest of my life, because the symptoms, I wouldn't wish this upon anybody. It comes to a point where do you even want to wish this upon your enemies? It's so severe. Like, this is some of the worst feeling I've ever felt in my whole entire life. Like, I felt like I was going to die. So what happened? What changed? Nothing much. I recently was smoking because I was working. So I was smoking one hoot in the morning, and then I'd smoke 3 or 4 bowls out of my bong in the afternoon, in the nighttime, to fall asleep. But recently I stopped working for the last month, and I've been smoking a lot of marijuana all day, which, maybe I go through about 1 or 2 grams a day. That's not that much. I have done up to 3 grams a day, which is quite a bit. And sometimes I have these vape pens, right? So what I do is I use my bud most of the day, and then I also switch to, I got these vape pens over here. I got these different pens here, right? We got the distillate, shatter pens, hash, everything like that. I do dabs, carts. But anyway, it all started when, for 420, I went to a dispensary, and there was a raffle, and I won a whole fucking pound of pot. And this is supposedly the best pot that they had. It's called Goat. And it's very high percentage. She was like over 30%. And it's called Pablo's Revenge. So maybe I'm not used to smoking such high caliber stuff. That's kind of landed me on my ass. I'm not sure, and it really doesn't make any sense, because like I said, I've been smoking for 15 years. My tolerance is huge. So why would knock me on my ass? Literally, that's all I smoked, and that's about half. That's about, I don't know, smoked half a pound here since 420. So we're June 5th now, so since April 20th, I've smoked half of this. I didn't think that would be enough to cause. So it all started about June 1st. June 1st, I had a couple drinks, had a couple beer, had some whiskey, listened to watching the Edmonton Oilers hockey game, right? Because that's what everybody's doing nowadays in Canada here. We want Canada to win the cup for the first time since, 93? Come on now. But anyway, I had a couple hoots, stuff like that. I woke up, started profusely, violently vomiting. Like, literally once every half an hour. For hours. And I mean violently. Like, I actually had to, because normally you guys know I live in my van. I had to go back home to my mom's house because I was so ill. My mom said I sounded like the Exorcist. I was puking so violently, like it was like really bad, like to the point where I started puking blood. You know what I mean? And that's not good. So basically, one full night of doing that, and June 1st it started. So June 2nd, by the middle of the day, I was still puking all day till about 6 a.m. My mom was like, okay, let's go to the hospital. Went to the hospital. They gave me some kind of pills here that they were called Zofran. So it's like these little pills here. It's supposed to be anti-nausea, and it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to stop the receptor in your brain to make you not nauseous. But anyway, that didn't really work for me. It didn't do fuck all. Then they gave me some stuff called Haladrol, the IV drip. That actually did something, but it took about half an hour to work in. They had to give me a double dose of that, plus Benadryl and IVs. They had to give me an EKG. They had to test my heart, ECG, sorry. And everything was all good. And they sent me home the next day, but the pain didn't go away. Like I tell you, it's the most severe pain you've ever experienced in your whole entire life. Like it's like abdominal pain to the point where that's all you can think about. You can't think about your bodily functions. You can't think about necessities. You can't think about nothing but the stomach pain. You're just in such severe pain to the point where I started forcing my finger down my throat and making myself puke, because that's the only time I was able to sleep, when I had relief after puking. So basically, I haven't been sleeping at all. I've only been sleeping 1 or 2 hours a day here due to this CHS. Like, this is such a dangerous condition. And I found out you can actually do organ damage, kidney failure. So I knew I had an issue, so I said, okay, I can't hold anything down. It doesn't matter. I was doing these gravel, Tums. It doesn't matter. I would puke it up. So I thought, okay, I'm going to run into trouble, because my urine, I wasn't urinating. My urine was like dark brown, and that's not good. Mine is always clear because I'm healthy. I go to the gym all the time. I drink a lot of water. I couldn't drink any water at all. Literally could not drink any water. I could only do a sip and at a time, and that would make me vomit. Like I'm talking about, I would fill the cup up, just one little sip, just a minuscule amount. And that's how I would sip once every half an hour. You know how stressful that is? To only be able to take a sip of fluids every half an hour and you're dehydrated? You want to drink water, but you can't. So sometimes what I would do is, just to force fluids down, I would chug a bunch of, maybe do about 20 chugs of the water, and then I would throw up from it. But it would give me a sense of relief, and it would clean me out. And in turn, you'd be losing fluids, but you'd also be putting fluids back in the body, right? So that came to that. And then one of the best things that saved me is my intuition told me, okay, well, you need some Pedialyte or you need some Gatorade because you're not replenishing your... So I got this Advanced Care Pedialyte. Oh my God, with prebiotics. Oh, it's made a world of a difference. After I took that, I felt significantly better. And then, of course, I've been drinking nothing but... Look, we got Gatorades here. I got nothing but Gatorades, right? Gatorade. Tons of Gatorade. We got Fruitopia. I've been drinking ginger ale, man. That's your best friend when you're sick and you got stomach pain. You ginger ale, you burp, and that's the best thing you can do when you have this condition is burp. But sometimes you puke. But anyway, ginger ale is so good. It's so soothing. But anyway, I just thought I would let you folks know that this condition is not a hoax. It is real. Even for, I call myself an adept stoner, like professional stoner, pretty much. I've been pot mainly my whole life, and I know I've been around the industry. I know about the different methods and the growing, and that's how we are in British Columbia, Canada here. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm a typical stoner. So how am I going to give up pot for the rest of my life? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it maybe about a year break, and then take a couple puffs a day and see how that affects me. I don't want to get sick again. I don't want to ever feel this again. And so what I've been doing every day now, this is, like I said, we're on day 5 now of recovery. Gravel. I really have to take gravel every 2 hours or else you feel nauseous. And one thing that's been helping me, funny, but hot baths. Literally, no word of a lie. For the first 3 days, I had to go for a hot bath every hour. No word of a lie. Because the hot water in the bath soothes the stomach and the muscle pains, the stress, the anxiety. Because this CHS gives you body pains all over, aches. Like anxiety, you don't feel good at all. Like you feel like you're dying, honestly. So that's the only thing that's worked for me. And look at this. I even busted a blood vessel in my eye. Look how bad that looks. Isn't that scary, guys? That's how severe it is here. But anyway, guys and gals, I just wanted to let you know that this illness is not a hoax. It is not fake. It is being recently discovered. I believe it's because of back in the day, right, the 80s, 90s, pot wasn't as powerful as it is now. Ever since the day legalized marijuana in Canada, a lot of them are using genetically modified this and that, right? They're cloning, they're doing bad things with GMOs that are not, we're not supposed to be consuming that shit. So who knows what's causing all this stuff. But I buy from the Indian Reserve. I don't go buy the government pot anyway, because in Canada we have native reserves here, half the price, double the potency, everything like that. But anyway, let me guys, you guys let me know what you think. Is it from the flower, smoking bong all the time? Because I've been a bong person my whole life. I don't really like joints. I smoke hash as well. I do the carts. Vaporizer's never really been my thing. What's causing it, guys and gals? Let me know. Okay, cheers. Stay tuned for the next one.